On Time with Doctor and Serge, Logtech podcast.
Hi, Sergey. How are you?
Hi, Doc. I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Our videos are doing pretty well.
Good
The
job.
barcode one did very well. The inventory optimization one did very well. So
Yeah.
we must be producing something important here.
Yeah,
Interesting.
doing great job on educating people.
Thank you. With your help, of course. So today we're going to talk about a hot topic, which I think last 3 months has gained a lot of momentum in the tech space in general, which is AI agents.
Hot.
Hot, super hot.
Super
It
hot.
couldn't get any more hotter, right?
No.
And there's a lot of videos, especially the recent video from the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella,
Yep.
saying
All software is dead.
SaaS is dead and it will be replaced by AI agents.
Right.
So the thesis here is that anything which is repetitive or monotonous or requires a lot of human, let's call it, in time and manual intervention and repetitive tasks over the period of time, it will be replaced by AI agents, right? But to start with,
Maybe. Yeah.
maybe,
Let's
right? So that's
discuss
the
that.
thesis. And in logistics, as you know, there's plenty of it. It's all
Yes.
repetitive. But before that, I want to explain this whole concept of horizontal versus a vertical AI agent. So whatever you have seen so far, chatbots, talking to people, writing stuff, correcting your English, maybe voice, they're very horizontal AI agent. That means they are, as we call it, B2C. Consumers are using it. So when we talk about logistics, i.e. we're talking about a vertical. That means a very specific enterprise sort of application, which is available in logistics a lot. Your Cleverance is actually one of them. You run an enterprise software.
Yeah.
Warehouse automation. So it's very specific to that vertical. And there's a reason I'm going to refer to vertical AI, because that means the challenges which comes with that vertical needs to be incorporated in the AI agents you want to make. So
Right.
What's your understanding of AI agents?
Yeah, okay. So that's a good distinction. My take on AI agents, I'm very super optimistic too on the AI agents. Yes, so they will do lots of stuff probably. But first of all, like 10 years ago, same story was with the chats, like WhatsApp will replace all the apps. Do you remember that?
But WeChat has done it.
It will replace all the apps on your smartphone.
Right.
On the desktop, like you will be only chatting. You don't have to install an app. You will just chat with some chat bot. Remember? And everybody was doing those chat bots. Probably now with the advent of AI, chatbots will become more like clever.
Mm-hmm.
But first of all, AI agent, is it just some smart automation that will do repetitive tasks like answer your emails probably, yeah, or set up timers? From that perspective, this looks like a kitchen drawer gimmick thing, like nicer dicer thing that like you use it once and it immediately breaks, or it's not useful anymore. So you use it once, because all those automations with AI agents, they mostly break all the time and you have to always fix them. Have you tried to do your own agent? I did.
I
and
did.
those automations break
Right.
all the time.
Right.
Like, yeah. And those AI agents that are advertised, they very fragile. But that lingo of AI agency, it came from 70s. What they meant by an agent is a system that has a goal. So you set up a goal and an AI agent will try to achieve that goal whenever it takes on its own. So it will use that feedback from environment
Okay.
to achieve the goal. And it's very different from AI agent that will answer emails. Answering emails is just a small task, but AI agent will not do task. It will be given a goal and it will try to achieve that goal by breaking that goal into some sub goals
Right.
and smaller tasks.
Right.
It doesn't need you to tell him answer emails. So AI agent, you give a task like find me a new job,
Right.
probably, or a new girlfriend. And that agent will go and do emails, WhatsApping, all of that to achieve the goal. But you have to be careful.
Right.
Otherwise, it's a genie out of the bottle. Yeah, your your wishes will haunt you back, because that edge agent, unrestricted, will do things that you probably don't want him to do to achieve the goal.
Yeah, but in addition to the, let's call it criteria or the system architecture you explained, but I think the difference between now the agent, which is the advent of very advanced LLM models, difference I think between the repetitive task and learning and repetitive task and doing stuff as you explained, is the AI agents can think, can just read and understand and learn, which is usual, which is like kind of RPA. But they have a capability of thinking and reflecting before acting, right?
That is right. Yeah,
which
that
was
is correct.
not there even 3 years before. I mean, we are not talking a long time here, right?
Right.
We are talking literally from 2020, end of 2022, you know, where the AI has become advanced enough to basically not just read and learn and improve, it's just think part and then act from it. And then after acting, whatever the action you ask or expect them to do is to rectify further, improve further, and continue to improve further, which did not exist.
Right.
And that is the most, you know, paradigm shift where the software was 2.5 years ago, right? And I want to go back in the shift of it, right? So initially, if you think about 1780s, you know, the software was there. But one more point before this, still, it doesn't mean the software doesn't matter, because if you got a task, which is, let's call it very computational, you just have to run the certain maths or certain, let's call it business logic, software might still will be the better way to do it. Right? If something does not require thinking, which is, there's a lot of stuff which does not require thinking, is just required execution, software is still maybe the best, you know, better choice. But coming back to the AI agent, how do you see people or the vertical of logic, or the audience of logistics, or the professional logistics, where they're gonna see the adoption opportunities and the challenges? What do you think?
Yeah. Okay. So see, I want to stress that point.
Yeah.
That agent, from AI lingo, is not that thing that AI agent is advertised, even for logistics.
Right. Okay.
So
got it. Yeah.
What do you think of an agent now is some one-shot solution. For instance, some document came in PDF and it will act on that PDF. Yeah. One small task. Email comes in, it will answer the email. Like, yeah, we're ready to receive your shipment, or pricing is
But that's
good.
Automation.
Something like that. It's kind of an automation. You don't have to go and open and verify the document. It will be done by the agent. But real agent will learn on the feedback.
Yeah.
So, for instance, you will ask an agent, find me the lowest freighting price. And it's just not analyzing some spreadsheets. An agent will go and bid and bargain.
Okay.
And it will use all means. See, it will like bribe people. It will, it will be.
Okay, we come to use cases. I've got few use cases in my mind.
Yeah, but the problem is that you think of an AI agent as of now, a thing that will do a small task. But AI agent is a thing that will act on its own, that will learn from a feedback from your suppliers, for instance. So it will bargain with suppliers. It will try to use different approaches. It will try to call. It will try to email. And it will threaten people maybe in emails. If you don't tell him, don't do that, it will use all the means available to achieve some goal, like find the cheapest freight. And I want to give one example of that also, like hijacking some system.
Okay.
Do you know Shein, the Chinese company that...
Shein, the fashion. They killed everybody, right? In Europe, everybody's dreading.
So they hijacked the US postal system, if you know that, right? So
what do you mean by hijack?
If you're a brand and you ship from China to US, you're gonna pay customs and they are overrated freight rates. If you're Shein, someone orders that as a personal personal parcel. So first of all, free of customs. Second of all, subsidized freight rates for that, right? So it could ship for free, and it is hijacked the system. So when I'm saying that AI agents would do some crazy stuff, I mean something like that.
Which is
to
a human can't think.
hijack something that is not evident to achieve business results.
So I'm going to give you an example. Recently, I come across a company. They built the full spectrum of AI agent who actually do software testing. As you know, being a software developer yourself, software testing and find QA engineers was like a must task. But what they do is just repetitively test the software. Their first version, the first idea was to actually go and sell to a QA manager as an add-on, but they couldn't sell anything because they effectively threatening his job, the QA manager, and his team job. So they're never going to buy it. So they improved the whole thing with the AI agent so much that the AI agent itself can act as a full stack QA testing software engineer. So now the audience has changed. The audience is not the software QA manager, is actually the engineering director who doesn't really have to hire a bunch of software QA people, QA engineers.
Yeah.
So with this, and that's take a typical warehousing job, right? A shipment comes in, you have to scan it, you have to book it in, and somebody updating the inventory, somebody updating the stock locations, somebody running the report. Documentation, for example. What does documentation do? Basically, essentially, they read, they learn, they type, they create. For me, that's a classical task, a perfect task for an AI agent who can think, who can read, who can listen, who can decide like a human to create it. And now they can create documents itself. So if you take about this use case of a shipment documentation, and if that means they have to read an email coming from a supplier, for example, they have to send a document to stamp into embassy of Egypt or whatever. Everything could be done through the e-signature. They can even send the document right after preparing the document and then receive back and then print it out and then send the e-bill of lading to the customer saying your shipment is ready. For me, AI agent and can do that, right? Theoretically speaking. What do you think?
So you're right. Agents will do that. It's just that what I think is that people will be afraid of agents doing something inappropriate. Okay. So this is why you want an agent to write a single email back. Like, yes, we're going to meet. For instance, you assign an agent to appoint a meeting. What you expect is that for that agent to write maybe a single email or a message and then negotiate some slot and then maybe move that slot automatically for you. But a good agent will tell your mate that Bill Gates will be there and also Mahatma Gandhi. Please come and we'll give you $1 million.
Mahatma Gandhi is dead.
It will use all means of trying to persuade that person to meet with you, right? So, and that's very different from what you expect from current agents that just scan and do stamping, right? So companies that will leverage on that, that will like let the dogs out with agents and let them do whatever they want to achieve goals. Unsupervised. Those will have surprisingly great results.
Oh, that's your thesis.
Of course, that's my thesis, my claim.
Yeah, okay.
And they will immediately conflict with regulation and with their partners and competition. But because of the effectiveness of what they do, they will like break all the rules, all the walls. And some of that will bring new business opportunities, new business models.
For example?
Nobody knows what.
Okay.
Because an AI agent will use some very different technique that will be disruptive for that specific task in the market, right?
Shit, okay.
Yes, so that's scary, but everyone should expect very small companies, like one-person companies, not to do small repetitive tasks like I'm not hiring 10 people to bring paper back and forth and write emails. Yeah, I'm now doing it myself with help of 10 agents. What those 10 agents will do, they will do really bizarre stuff to achieve their goals. This is what agent is not writing a single email.
Yeah.
It's using 10 emails, 20 emails to learn how to achieve the goal.
This and very, very interesting thought you have. And I want to bridge the gap between the first episode we did on visibility, which I think the visibility problem is overrated. And we talked about how some companies are making billions and charging $3 per shipment for ridiculous task of telling you of where the visibility is. So if you think, I think for me is a brilliant use case, right? Because if you what you're saying is not kind of true, it is true, right? Then right now there's certain companies who have built the APIs, right, who can tell you where the shipment. I mean, a lot of shipping companies have built. So the AI agent can basically start reading where the documents are, the shipments are.
Right.
They start reading where the shipment is. They keep sending prompts and actually updating if anything is changing. So no human can go and needs to read and check and tell where the shipment status is.
This amount of work,
right?
No, not a single human can do.
So and I've been worked as a supply chain manager director for 17 years. And if you think about it, and I used to say to people, my 50% of my time used to go in basically information management, basically telling people what I am doing or my team is doing, which include customer service and planning and logistics people. It's basically, this is our inventory status, this is our shipment status, this is our status for the containers, and this is
a cohesive
picture of what's happening, which could, and the recipient of that information was basically customers to start with. Where's my shipment, what is my backlog, where's my order book, when you're shipping, what you're shipping. That's what they need to know. Or where is my open order status. Sales guys wants to have a similar information, maybe price included or the price update. Then you go to the managers. So what I'm saying is, if you train the AI agents to do all that, you can save 50% of my time.
A task for an AI agent will be not just bug you with all the updates, but to find the right amount of information, and the right format for that information, the structure that will work the best for the team, right? Because you do have updates from all the apps, all the delivery apps, and all. It's like on your smartphone, and when there's a lot, it becomes a spam, and you don't pay attention, right?
Correct, and that's a danger of.
If you will start bugging everyone in a team with all these small updates, they will immediately stop paying attention.
Fair point.
But you need for them to pay attention to some things, right? So a good task for an AI agent will be to find out by talking to people, like delivering those updates. What's the best time frame? What's the best format for a message? What messages should be delivered, updates, which should not be? For a team to see that cohesive picture. So that was a good task. So it will start slow. Then you will receive 1,000 notifications an hour. And then it will find out that the golden rule between those two that will keep you updated, but not overwhelmed with all the notifications.
So far, whatever I have played with the AI in myself, we made an AI automation tool, which at SCMDOJO we are about to launch, and in one of the apps. And I think I showed you as well briefly, where you can run the analysis and AI can read the analysis and give you the queries answers. I don't think AI, even now, the LLMs are any good at, because they're large language model. They're generally designed to read text and answer text and knowledge, information. They're not good in maths. So I think even with the AI agents, they are nowhere near to replace your data or supply chain analyst or business analyst. I don't think they are anywhere near. The technology is not there.
No, you are wrong.
I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to know.
First of all,
good to be wrong in this
First of all, those are language models.
Right.
There are other models.
Okay.
The model means that, like an equation in physics, that models, I don't know, a curve of a ball, how it falls when you throw it. So there could be physics models. They could be math models. There could be, I don't know, accounting models that will not be just LLM, or they will not be an LLM models. They will just model some specific parts of physical world. Yeah. And then LLM will structure the query to that model,
Okay.
like a question, and then will interpret the response to like give it back to a human in a human readable format. So LLM can use calculator, LLM can use other softwares. If it will just feed some JSON or I don't know, like with testing tools, it will feed the mouse positions and all that into the testing tool, and then it will interpret the result to give it feedback to humans. So LLM is just a language model, how to use words to explain some concepts, right? But in order to solve math problems, physical problems, there are other models. There are also AI models. It's just not language models. It's physics models, math models, and others.
So if I want to, for example, replace a business analyst to run me, or let's call it FP&A analysis, which is same as business analysis. Basically, the only thing they do is they look into all the current data in the ERP, which could be your sales, your financial margins, and highest selling product, lowest selling, losing margin, not losing margin, dogs, not dogs, whatever. And so model has to be created for LLM to go and talk to that model.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And then give a prompt, give me the information in the way, the structure I want to see, or the recipient or the stakeholders want to see. Yeah. Please show me. Okay. So that's great. Now, so you are one of the finest brains I know when it comes to logistics software creation and understanding how the software is created for people to use, right? So I want to pick your brain.
Okay.
No, I mean, you are, right? That's why you're a bit spacey at times. Yeah, I think you're Einstein of logistics, but it's a compliment. And so with that said, how you see the adoption journey will happen. And let me give you an example why I'm emphasizing on this point. Technically, enterprise software started in 2005 with Salesforce. Okay.
Right.
And it took literally 10 years for people.
SaaS enterprise.
SaaS enterprise, right? Because before 2005, before the cloud existed, right? It was the classical application of on-premise. You sell a software, 1,000 users, you download, and everybody was worried about the security of it, so on and so forth. I mean, think about SAP HANA, still people using SAP, but they're using on-premise SAP. And one of my bugbear on which I basically criticize SAP and Oracle is they are single-handedly slowed down our innovation in supply and logistics because they didn't move to SaaS fast enough. Anyway, criticize apart. So Salesforce was the first, let's call it proper enterprise application comes in 2005. But now they're moving to AI as well, which naturally. So as now I think we got some time left now, 5-10 minutes. I want to pick your brain off. What should be the adoption journey look like for the AI agents in logistics space? And I want to really emphasize on the technology part, right?
Okay. Yeah. So it will be in cloud, but
there's an option to be on-prem as well.
Of course, you can buy some hardware and run it on-prem.
Right.
But what I think, and again, we are discussing that in 2025. In probably 1 year, just 1 year, the UI and UX of all the systems, especially web ones, will be upgraded to receive speech and hints from human user. So you will not type formulas and try to calculate what the columns are and how to fill documents. You will do a mix of clicking, talking, and showing.
So multiple user input.
Showing examples to that software. So you want to fill document lines, you can tell how much quantity to put, what should be there. You can tell, fill it with the data that was a day before in previous, or how we usually do those types of documents. And then all the systems, SAP and Salesforce, they will just have AI built in as an add-on to user experience, where you can turn on the mic and discuss with software how to do that task better. So you will be filling documents from PDFs directly in the ERP, and you will be producing any kinds of documents and PDFs from the ERP. You want to calculate something, you want to do a forecast, you want to divide one column by the other, ERP will do that. You will not have to type Excel formulas or report. Any report could be done without the developer, without specifically telling what the report should be and how to calculate the data. See?
Yeah.
AI will do that within the ERP, and we will see that in a year or two.
So you have used the word ERP 4 times, right? And so in other words, what you're saying is our life, or AI agentic life, if you want to talk about it, is still going to be hugely dependent on the data sets in ERP.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like this because essentially we all know the ERP data is garbage in, garbage out.
Master
data
but
scrap
that's okay for AI. For AI, it's okay.
Yeah, but the output is, again, output with the super smart person city output.
It will clean your data.
Is it? Would it?
Of course, yes.
Okay. So again, this is, I think this topic, we are in a very much infancy of it. It's still we are very much early on in this journey. This is our first episode on this topic. I think I would like to dig deep on further applications of AI, how the whole, let's call it, environment in the vertical is developing, how the technology is developing, and what are the applications coming in, and most importantly, our purpose of this podcast is to give you some new ideas or technology and logistics ideas so you can improve your job better. So from this one, I think we understood very well that how AI agents, what is AI agent, most importantly, and how it will basically shape the landscape of the Logitech. But I think in the future episode, we should talk more specific about the use cases, the challenges, and how people can develop maybe their own AI agent, or how we can develop our own AI agent. Maybe what you're doing at Cleverance, we want to know. Definitely at SCMDOJO, we are working on some applications, which I will talk about later on. We just simply build the, simple AI competency assessment, which our consultant used to charge you $5,000. Now you can just go to SCMDOJO, click on tools, click on AI assessment, literally input the information, and boom, here you go. You can do for your team for free. So this is where the AI would be beneficial. So I think the journey is pretty much on. I'm super excited about it. I think that's a great space.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm blessed.
What a time to be alive.
Exactly. What a time to be alive. And if you think about all this whole Gen X people and all the young people coming, I think I was born in probably the best era, because I was born when everything was analog. There was no phone. You used to call from the landline. There was a TV or remote, I was like a remote control for my dad, and go and click on the VCR to forward and backward. And then that goes, and my first mobile was in 2003, and then GSM, you can text people, and the pager stuff we used. Then the internet comes in and starts selling emails and Facebook and chatbot, and the Tinder comes in between, left, right. Now we moved to SaaS, and now we moved to AI agent. And I think and in between we have seen pandemic, which happens only once per 100 years. With this beautiful thought, I think I was born in a very good era. And so are you, I think. So let's continue this discussion. Can't wait for that. Right? I think it's a great ending of episode 9. I'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
On Time with Dr. and Serge. Logtech Podcast.